Corruption never had a worse enemy. You're locked into the Alex Jones Show.
All right, folks, we're back. Now, before we go to calls, I want to play two more big clips. Actually, three more big clips. We're talking Obama, and I really want people to understand that he has been hyped as the next coming. But he, again, is looking to create a world order, and I'm going to have to apologize in advance for the world order clip because the guy repeats it a couple times, and we really don't want to edit it out. So, you know, hopefully you'll get what he's saying there. He's talking about creating a world order. But before that, I want you to hear Farrakhan actually call him the Messiah. We're going to play those clips and then a third clip of how he might be able to build this world order. So let's play the Messiah clip and then the Obama world order clip. Let's do it.
That God is going to use to bring about universal change. And that is why Barack has captured the youth. And he has involved young people in a political process that they didn't care anything about. That's a sign. When the Messiah speaks, the youth will hear.
Oh, my God, the Messiah speaks. And he calls him the Messiah. He is the Messiah. No, he's a regular human being who was put forth by internationalists, mostly the banking elite, as the new front man for globalization. Let's play the clip of him on Letterman talking about building a world order.
The way we're going to win over the long term is not just militarily. We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like.
All right. So how do you create a world order? Well, there's something called the Hegelian dialectic that is used again and again and again by those who want to get their agendas passed through. What they do is they create a crisis, and then they offer you two solutions which are similar, both of which were planned beforehand and benefit them. Okay? So that's why I am really taking note of people like Joe Biden and Colin Powell talking about this huge crisis that nobody seems to know about, except for them, on the 20th or the 21st or the 22nd. So let's play Colin Powell talking about that, and then we're going to go to your calls.
I would start with talking to the American people and talking to the world and conveying a new image of American leadership, a new image of America's role in the world. The problems will always be there, and there's going to be a crisis come along on the 21st or 22nd of January that we don't even know about right now.
What? Play it again. Play it again. We got to play it again. I mean, I can't. Listen, how does he know there's going to be a crisis that we don't even know about on the 21st or 22nd? That's not like saying there's going to be a crisis throughout the presidency. The Middle East is out of control. We're going to have to contain it in the next few months. No, he calls the date. Why is that? Let's play it.
I would start with talking to the American people and talking to the world and conveying a new image of American leadership, a new image of America's role in the world. The problems will always be there, and there's going to be a crisis come along on the 21st or 22nd of January that we don't even know about right now.
All right. So, again, you know, why is he calling this date? God forbid he's right. Or God forbid something happens a week later, you know, or a month later. You know, I can only assume that this is going to be an announcement of financial doom. It's here, folks. That $700 billion bailout that the media is still saying, oh, they've only given away $350 billion. I've noticed Barney Frank on TV lying and saying the next $350 billion has to go for something else. No, they gave them over $8 trillion. Look it up in Bloomberg, okay? $8 trillion. Can you even... $8 trillion, folks. And guess what? You're not going to get any of it. They're not going to loan you money for a home. Your banks are still going to go under. The same criminals are just going to take it and reinvest it in infrastructure and offshore banking accounts, and they're going to keep it. All right. I've ranted long enough. It is time to do what I said I would do and take calls. Let's go to our first caller, Jason. Jason, what's on your mind? You still with us, Jason? All right. Pat's on air. Let's go with Pat.
Hello.
How you doing, Pat?
Hi. Yeah, I there are two things I want to say. First of all, Farrakhan, I think he may not have been really referring to Obama as the Messiah, but, Allah, that's his Messiah.
I don't know. He calls him, they didn't play the end of the clip, but he literally calls Obama the Messiah. I mean, it's pretty outrageous. Look, I like some of the things that Farrakhan's done for civil rights. I like how he's able to organize that many people. But what's really upsetting is that he's behind this guy. Again, think about it. This is a guy who was a state senator into the Senate, and as he's going for his Senate seat, they already put him on a huge stage to give the keynote speech at the Democratic National Convention. There is more than meets the eye here. You do not give somebody who is a one-term senator there's no doubt he is New World Order, and his heart is not for the. He doesn't have the good of the nation at heart. I agree. What's your second point, ma'am?
My second point is a few weeks ago, Alex and one of the experts were talking about economics, and they were saying that they were speculating what the crisis might be after his immediate inauguration. Mm-hmm. And he mentioned the banker's holiday. And me and my brother was talking, and he was saying that back in FDR day, they declared banker holiday, but the people, when they declared it, the people never got their money back. And then that's why I want you guys to clarify, if you can. Does banker holiday mean that they will freeze it temporarily, or will it be indefinitely where you'll never get your money?
Well, it could be restructured where if you have debt, they're going to make you pay it back. Well, it could be restructured so if you have debt, they'll still make you pay it back, but they won't be liable for what's in the bank. I mean, banks are only insured for $100,000 anyway. So all these people that are upper to middle class that have actually saved money, anything over $100,000, they'll take off the top. And then through, back talk and, simple legislation or possibly executive orders. Again, a lot of people are saying that Obama's camp is going to come with these executive orders out of the gate in the first couple days. That could be what we see. And it could be a new shutdown where they literally take everything and are totally not liable for any of it. I mean, God knows what these guys are going to do. I'd point to G. Edward Griffin's book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, where literally I think the second chapter is the name of the game is bailout. And it's very alarming that when they restructured everything for the Federal Reserve, they used a bailout to do so. So what are they restructuring it for now? It might be the creation of, and what they want, a more internationally controlled bank. So will they take people's money and never give it back? I'm in Austin, and they were talking about the tax returns. In other words, if the government owes you money on your tax returns, giving the people IOUs, and then saying that those IOUs would not even be able, you couldn't say you had an IOU for, they overcharged you and your check was going to be $2,000. They give you the IOU for $2,000. Now, they still haven't paid you next year for your taxes. You can't use that money towards your taxes that you may owe the next year. So that sounds like a total scam to me, where they're just going to take your tax money and an exorbitant amount of your tax money and never return it. Thank you for the call, Pat. I hope I was insightful. All right. Jeez. Let's go to the next caller, Captain Kook. Jeez. Yes, Captain Kook.
How you doing, Jason? 9/11 was an inside job. Democrats and Republicans are two wings on the same bird flying in the wrong direction. And you're absolutely right. As a Christian minister, sir, I would have to say that the church is a whole lot less insightful than some of the other groups, and that's kind of a sad coming from my point of view.
All right, I got to let you go just because, I got a phone going on in the background, and that's on your end, but let me speak to that. First of all, the originators of this movement, many of them were Christian conservatives, and I thank them for that, and many of the members of this movement still are Christian conservatives. And before the Internet age, they took the mantle by showing videos such as, John Birch Society videos or Alex Jones videos in their ministries and churches and waking other people up. I don't think the problem itself is Christianity. I happen to think it's a great religion. It teaches a lot of great morals. However, it has been completely hijacked by people like Pat Robertson, the 700 Club, Rush Limbaugh, and these people that are fronts for the internationalists. So we're going to come back. We're going to take more calls. It is the Alex Jones Show. I am Jason Bermas, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com.